But what is the latest sort of key development that you're paying attention to in this story?
So the latest key development is figuring out exactly how many U.S. government agencies have been hacked. There's more reporting coming out about, exactly which agencies have been hacked. There has been reporting in other outlets that the National Institute of Health may have been hit. The NIH just put out a statement saying that they're a SolarWinds customer, but they don't have any more details. So we still have a lot more to learn about, who is actually affected.
And it's sort of, ironically, it was embarrassing for FireEye as a cybersecurity company to be hacked, but almost they're the linchpin to all of this. If they hadn't been hacked, perhaps we wouldn't have known about this for even more months. How long has it been going on, do we think?
We think this might have been going on since March, but it definitely could have been earlier than that. Russian intelligence agencies plan these attacks methodically and do it, with a lot of planning. Something that's so fascinating that you just mentioned is the fact that, a cybersecurity company, FireEye, was hit. And, the company says that them themselves being hacked is kind of what unraveled this entire secret operation, and that they were able to figure out who was behind it and discover that, the attack was much bigger than just this cybersecurity company.
And so we had some news here, of course, the National Security Advisor on his way back to Washington, I guess, to deal with this. This also comes sort of at a time, Will, where we're supposed to be in the middle of a transition to a new administration. I'm wondering how much that complicates both the investigation and the remedy.
That absolutely complicates it, right? If you wanted to pick a better time to carry out this attack, I think it would be impossible to find one. The head of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, Chris Krebs, was fired by Donald Trump not too long ago for, correctly stating the result of the election. So, I think the federal government is in disarray right now in terms of responding to this attack. And another, kind of interesting development that we reported yesterday is that it was a private company that found this major vulnerability. It wasn't the National Security Agency or the U.S. government, as far as we know right now, that actually discovered it. So, the U.S. government is definitely on the back foot here.
We were just putting up a board. SolarWinds is software. It's not just for U.S. government. Is there another shoe to drop as more private corporations? Are they exposed here potentially too? And could we see more potential leaks of important private data?
Right. So, Caroline was talking about the customer list. It's incredible, right? They have a slogan on their LinkedIn page, SolarWinds does, that they're everybody's IT. So, as far as we know, we expect the number of victims to be, in the category of dozens, not necessarily thousands. But all of those victims are supposedly high-value victims. So, important government agencies like the Treasury, like the DHS, but also, there are reports that private sector companies have been hit, though we don't actually know which ones have been successfully hacked yet, and whether that information would ever come out.
Yeah, interesting. And we should point out, too, some of the past major hacks we've had have also involved third-party vendors. So interesting potential vulnerability there. Will Turton, all over our Bloomberg cybersecurity report.